Well, good evening or good morning, depending on how you want to look at it. It is 1:16 in the morning. I believe it is the 20th of November, and I am on a flight. I've been flying for the last 2.5 hours or so. I started out with a black velvet from Lethbridge, Alberta, and that was a little bit on the bitter side. So I went to double distilled Kilchoman, the traditional Irish whiskey. Not triple distilled like most Irish whiskeys, but double distilled. And it was a little sweeter than the bitterness that you get from the Albert, what did I have? Black Velvet, yeah. Now, following those two on that flight, I went for some Glenkinchie 12, which is just fabulous lowland Scotch. It's a single malt. It's just, I love the stuff. It's wonderful. Following that, I went for a Highland Scotch, which was the Dalwhinnie 15, which is another beautiful one. But you may have noticed that I have stayed on the mild side with those four so far. Now I'm going to really bang it in with some of this. Now, this is a bit of a time trip for me because 2 years ago, I bought a bottle of this stuff, and it was available at the liquor store. And I remember it being delightful. And I was told, once it's gone, it's gone. There won't be any more. I had another one. This is Kilchoman, by the way, if you can read this. Kilchoman is a farm distillery on the island of Islay, on the western side of Scotland, in the Irish Sea. And this stuff everything is done on site. They grow the barley, they mash the barley, they peat it, they distill it, they age it, they bottle it, they do everything on site. Now, Kilchoman is a distillery that started in 2005. And this is real special because it is the 2006 vintage release. Now, this stuff was available a couple of years ago, and I got a bottle of it, and I liked it, and I thought I would never see this again. Now, about 4 months ago or so, I thought, wouldn't it be nice to try that again? And sure enough, a couple weeks ago, I was at the liquor store looking for something peated, you know. I was thinking maybe some Bowmore or some, I don't know, Lagavulin or something. And then my friend Mike, who works there, pointed out, I have one bottle left of this Kilchoman 2006. And I'm going, where did you get that? And he said, well, I was cleaning out the back of the store, in the storeroom, and apparently somebody had conveniently misplaced this. And so, well, he passed it on to me. And since I like Kilchoman, especially this one, because I had another one which was a later release, a later vintage release, and it was not quite as nice as this one. And no, I have not had the Machir Bay, and I have not had any other Kilchomans, but I'm looking forward to trying them at the next whiskey festival and perhaps getting entire bottles of it. Anyways, here we are. This is the 2006 vintage release. I need to receive or get my reading glasses so that I can read what it says on the box, if that makes any kind of sense. Okay. Get these silly things on here. This writing is so small. Kilchoman Distillery was founded in 2005 and is the first distillery to be built on Islay for over 120 years. It is a farm distillery, and a proportion of the barley used in production is grown and malted at the distillery. Kilchoman is one of the smallest distilleries in Scotland, producing 100,000 liters of alcohol per year. The spirit is filled into a combination of fresh bourbon barrels from Buffalo Trace Distillery. Oh, that gets points with me. Kentucky, USA, and fresh Oloroso sherry butts from Miguel Martin in Spain. This, the first 5-year-old release from Kilchoman, and has been aged in a combination of fresh and refill bourbon barrels. What a difference a couple of years maturation makes. Color, light beach, darkening nicely with age. Nose, peaty aroma, nice soft and cooked fruits, Christmas cake. Palate, cloves, butterscotch, soft citrus, mouth filling, and with a lasting sweetness. Finish, a classic Islay malt, now showing benefits of aging, peat fresh and clean at the end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is like drinking a time capsule or tasting a time capsule. This is probably the last bottle of this stuff I'm ever going to get. And I tried it, what was it, 2 years ago, around the time when I was starting to make these whiskey videos. Here we are, the 2006 vintage release. So this was bottled, I'm guessing, back in 2011. 700 mils, 46% alcohol by volume. Yeah. This is like having a time capsule. So I will treat it with the necessary reverence. You know, if I was to stop right now, I could just hold on to this and collect it, or be a collector, or I could turn around and sell it for double what I paid. And what I paid was, let me find it here. Not this one. This one here. Here. Kilchoman, $91.99 with taxes and everything, $105.79. I could turn around and sell this for $200 right now, but I won't. I'm going to enjoy it. Maybe I could sell it for even more than that. But it was at the liquor store, and the liquor store sells it for what it cataloged at 2 years ago. Now let me get this this foil off here. There we go. Now we're getting it. It's coming off in bits and pieces. I'm not the best at doing this. You know what? I'm going to take this part off too, because it's just in the way, and it will have drops of whiskey in it, and that will dry up, and then I won't get it. I won't get to taste it. So here's my cleaned out glass that smells like whiskey already, which is good. Which is good. That means that the whiskey cleaned out whatever. Oh, it is tight. Come on, you. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I poured a little much. It's about 65 milliliters. You know what? It doesn't matter because I'm going to be enjoying this for a while. Here we are again. There's a look at the Kilchoman 2006 vintage release. Let's cleanse the palate. 5-year-old whiskey, eh? I thought it might be like 7 years old, considering that it was distilled in 2006 and it was available 2 years ago. 2 years ago would have been 2014, so 2013. I would have said 7 or 8 years, but it's 5 years old. Okay. Oh. I'm getting a beautiful peat smoke. There's something fresh, a little bit salty, a little bit seaweedy, a little bit of iodine maybe. And there's something fruity behind it. I can't tell exactly what kind of fruit it is. It's like some kind of exotic fruit. Ah, but what a nose. What a nose. There's the peat and there's fruit underneath it. Beautiful. I'm going to cheat. Okay, I'm going to cheat. It says nose. Peaty aroma. Yes. Nice, soft, and cooked fruits. Yes. I'm getting that too. It says Christmas cake. Yeah, you could argue that with a little bit of maraschino cherries in there and dried up Christmas cake. Arguably maybe a bit of rum and raisin. Okay, I think I hit the nose right on. Oh, it's lovely. This is beautiful. This is a fine Scotch. This is a fine Islay single malt. Ah, let's taste it. Wait. Okay, 13 minutes and I'm finally tasting it. Yeah, well, I had to tell you all that other stuff, right? Mm. Mm. It's every bit as good as I remember it. It's not that strong in the peat department. I taste fruits. But it's fresh fruit. It's like there's a surprisingly maritime note to it. It's quite salty, somewhat spicy. The fruits are like pears and pineapples and things like that. Fresh, light fruits, but with a peaty tang that sort of floats over the whole thing. I'm definitely getting peat on the nose. I'm getting a bit of a sting from that. The 46% alcohol by volume really, it carries the flavor beautifully. getting a bit of melons. Oh, excuse me. Let me refresh my memory. What did it say again? Palate. Cloves. I'm not getting that much butterscotch, but it says butterscotch. Soft citrus, yes. Yes. Mouth filling and with a lasting sweetness. Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm not getting the caramel butterscotch thing so much. Let's go again. Okay, that spiciness would be the cloves. Yeah, okay. There's a butterscotch. It's very slight. Bit of vanilla, just a bit. But that soft fruit, that fresh fruit note is still there, but it doesn't really say what the note is. In the end, I'm getting a bit of a tiny little bit of bitterness. But wait, let's try this again. What am I supposed to get? Peaty, fresh, and clean. Okay, do that again. Ah, lovely. Once again, it's spicy. I'm getting some peat and some spice. The butterscotch, well, it's really subtle. It's in the background. It's in the background. It's there. It's mouth-watering. Yeah. Tiny bit of bitterness, or is it the peat? I'm not too sure on the two, on either of them. There's some bitterness, some peat. It's kind of mixed in together, but definitely mouth-watering. And at the end, what again? Fresh and clean, yes. Yeah. Definitely a fine dram. I will have to try other expressions of Kilchoman, but this one is most definitely a keeper. And this rare little bottle is one that I may never see again. The 2006 release, a vintage. This was distilled only a year after the distillery opened, so it's special. It's like drinking a time capsule. It's like tasting history. And in a way, for me, it is, because when I first tried this was, a couple of years ago, before I really started getting serious into making videos about whiskey. I'll have to look back and see if I made a video on this at all. I don't even know. But this stuff is really nice. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago? Wow. I'll have to look again. Oh, until the next time, my friends, slancha.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Food quick.
Yeah.